Joey King and Courtney feuding without anyone knowing about it? How did a minor car accident lead to Joey actually being sued? And what is Jacob Elordi worried about now that the Kissing Booth franchise is coming to an end? Hi, I'm Claire, and here's what the Kissing Booth cast have been up to since filming the final movie. Courtney. With The Kissing Booth 3 coming up this August, it's high time we take a look at what the actors have all been up to since they wrapped filming. Because while the lives of Elle, Noah, and Lee are paused in our minds, their stories have all run their course in the Kissing Booth world. And while many fans are left wondering what fate has in store for Elle and Lee's friendship, others are choosing to focus on the IRL friendship that sprouted between Joey King and Courtney. When the two of them aren't showing off their incredible chemistry on set, they're goofing off with each other off screen.
I can tell the minute you start taking a selfie video of yourself, your face changes.
From striking a pose on the red carpet to dancing in hilarious Instagram videos, their real-life friendship would probably make their own characters jealous.
Joel! What's behind us?
Oh my god!
In an interview, Joel said that his friendship with Joey really helped him jump back into his character for the sequel. He said he was nervous to see whether he'd be able to pull it off, but as soon as Joey joined him on set, it felt really natural. So, aside from becoming total BFFs with Joey, what else has Joel been up to behind the scenes? In 2020, he actually got married. Joel tied the knot with his best friend, Mia Scholink, after a relatively short engagement. When speaking to People magazine, Joel said that he was thrilled to be married, and that it was one of those things that just felt natural. That's maybe because he and Mia have known each other forever, much like Elle and Lee. Apparently, both their parents knew each other before Joel and Mia were even born, and they practically grew up together. And while the relationship was never romantic, that all changed in 2015 when they reconnected, and officially started dating in 2017. When Joel popped the question on Valentine's Day in 2020, his on-screen BFF, Joey, couldn't be happier. She even hinted at wanting to be his ring bearer, but things unfortunately didn't turn out that way. Despite Joel and Mia hosting a small ceremony, surrounded only by close family and friends, fans were quick to point out how none of Joel's Kissing Booth co-stars featured in any of the photos. And while many of them did congratulate Joel on Instagram, things only got heated when there was seemingly no trace of Joey anywhere. Fans immediately jumped on the idea that Joey was angry at Joel for not inviting her. Joel never paid much attention to their claims, seeing as he went on to enjoy a calm honeymoon in Florida Keys. Even though neither actor has commented whether there was any truth behind the feud claims, they're both still following each other on social media, which in today's day and age, we all know means they're close as ever. Looks like the so-called feud was just another blown out of proportion internet rumor. And once again, we're shown that true friendship really is unbreakable. Maisie Richardson-Sellers. Maisie Richardson-Sellers first caught our eye in The Kissing Booth 2, where she played Chloe Winthrop, a Harvard student whose elegance and charming personality both intrigued and annoyed fans who wanted Elle and Noah to stay together. But before she was a student at Harvard, Macy had regular roles as a Maya Jiwe, or a Vixen, and Charlie on DC's Legends of Tomorrow. And even though she ended up leaving the series after season 5, Macy recently delivered some awesome news about returning to the show. Only this time, she'll be part of the directing team. When announcing the news on social media, fans across the world could see why she said she couldn't stop pinching herself. Directing a CW show was a total dream come true for her, and she couldn't be more grateful to the CW Legends of Tomorrow family for making it possible, and for giving the entertainment industry another diverse voice, in more ways than one. Aside from being a woman of color, Macy is also a proud member of the LGBTQ community. The actress is in a happy relationship with LA soul singer Clay, and the two of them have been together for almost 4 years after meeting at a party. Neither of them even wanted to be at that particular party, which meant if one of them ended up not going, they'd never have met. In 2019, the pair teamed up for Clay's Project 5 video, where Macy directed and edited the visual to spotlight the LGBTQ community. And despite many people warning them against working together as a couple, Macy said they often found themselves bouncing off each other when brainstorming. And just because it seems working together didn't affect Macy and Clay, we all know it unfortunately wasn't the case for Joey King and Jacob Elordi, but more on them in a second. Taylor Zakhar Perez.
again. That's,
I don't know
it's
about
vague.
that. Yeah, do it again.
It's very vague. I just feel like I need like maybe some
more energy.
noise.
Oh man, I don't know this one.
Like Macy, Taylor absolutely confused fans when he came into Elle's life as Marco, a handsome, charismatic new classmate who complicates her feelings for Noah. And since he played Marco, Taylor's career has been skyrocketing. Not only will he be returning for the film's third installment, but he was also recently cast in the HBO Max comedy pilot Minx, a show about the world's first erotic women's magazine. Impressive, right? But what has Taylor been doing outside of work? More specifically, has there been anything going on in his love life? In 2020, Taylor and Joey both opened up about being quarantine buddies at the start of the lockdown, seeing as they lived fairly close to each other. That was when fans started to speculate whether Joey and Taylor had anything going on between them. This seemed incredibly likely, seeing as it wouldn't be the first time Joey dated one of her co-stars, especially one who, like Taylor, gets really up close and personal with her on set as well. And despite neither of the actors commenting on the rumors, it became more and more suspicious when, in July 2020, Taylor posted a picture of him and Joey hugging. He also wrote Joey a heartfelt message on her birthday, saying that he could go on and on about her all day, and that she welcomed him with open arms and love when he joined the KB2 family.
It definitely tops Carrie Fisher as I got hit in the face with a lemon by Miranda Cosgrove. That's
Taylor, I love you so much.
As it stands, though, Taylor recently told Glamour that he wasn't dating anyone at the moment. He did, however, joke by saying that if there was one person he'd love to date, it would be Joey. But don't get too excited, because Joey herself seems to be in a very happy relationship with someone else. Let's see who the lucky man is. Joey King.
Hey buddy, how's your first day going?
Great first day.
So Joel here cracked his chin open on his first day, and now he has to leave the scene and go to the hospital.
Joey King is one of those people that are always happy, regardless of what's going on in her personal life. And if you consider what's been happening in Joey's life behind the scenes, that's definitely 100% true. In February 2020, Joey was sued over a car accident and accused of not responding to requests for monetary compensation. The man who sued her claimed he was driving in LA when Joey merged into his lane and hit the right side of his car, which caused a shoulder injury. Only the problem is, he had already suffered from a shoulder injury on the same shoulder before the accident. The man argued that he had to pay for the damages out of his own pocket, despite trading insurance information with Joey at the scene. No police officers were present at the scene, therefore no police reports were taken. Joey never did comment on the accident, but fans all assume she ended up getting her insurance involved to settle things. If not, one thing Joey did settle was some unspoken beef between her and Jacob Elordi, when, in August 2020, she seemingly called out her ex after he claimed to have never seen The Kissing Booth 2. The actor said in an interview that he hasn't watched the sequel, and went on to kinda sorta definitely throw shade at the film by telling the interviewer to be honest when they said they liked the rom-com. In a now deleted tweet, Joey clapped back at Jacob by saying that he was capping, and that he really did watch the film. After the tweet disappeared, fans speculated that it had to do with Jacob, but Joey later confirmed that she did receive permission from her ex to write the tweet, and that he had a good sense of humor about it.
Hello? Will you do it?
The real reason she took down the tweet was because multiple accounts started to call her out on Twitter for using culturally inappropriate slang. Joey quickly apologized and moved on, just like she moved on from Jacob after they quietly split in 2018. While it was obviously hard for her then, Joey later opened up about how dating Jacob helped her realize that she never wanted to date another actor again.
I think it's a good thing that you and Jacob broke up.
Me too. I think it's a great thing. I think that I also think it's a good thing that we dated in the first place.
She said that she had nothing against Jacob himself, but that doing the exact thing as someone you're dating is very tough.
You're not thinking I'm competing with this person ever. What you're thinking is, I hope that this success that either of us is having, and you're thinking mostly about yourself in the way where you're like, I hope that this opportunity that I'm getting is not hurting their feelings.
Luckily, it seems Joey is finding it pretty easy to stick to her no-actor dating rule. Currently, she's in a happy relationship with producer Stephen Payette, whom she met while giving her Emmy-nominated performance as Gypsy Rose on The Act. The two of them spent Christmas together and even posted a few photos of a very cozy-looking Valentine's. Not only does this entirely curb any rumors regarding Joey's relationship with Taylor, but it also goes to show that even after the toughest breakups, you'll always find a way to move on. Jacob Elordi. In 2020, the internet exploded when Jacob Elordi was seen kissing his pal, 13 Reasons Why actor Tommy Dorfman, on the cheek. Tommy, who posted a series of pictures on his Instagram, simply captioned it with a heart and tagged Jacob. The sweet picture received more than 500,000 likes in under 24 hours, and quite a few celebrities weighed in the comments by expressing their surprise. Of course, Jacob and Tommy are merely pals, despite how absolutely smitten they might have seemed in the photos. For starters, Tommy is actually married. As for Jacob, after splitting from both Joey and Euphoria actress Zendaya, he's been more recently linked with a certain model. But more on Jacob's love life in a moment. Especially after the debacle about him claiming not to have watched The Kissing Booth 2, he's been very open about not wanting to be typecast as a high school jock. In an interview with GQ Australia, Jacob said that while he has nothing against it, he feels like he's already been there and done that. Also, he's getting older now and starting to look too old for someone still in high school. Of course, it's not uncommon for Hollywood to hire adults to play high schoolers. The entire cast of Riverdale, for instance, are all in their 20s or over. But Jacob, who now has more of a choice regarding the projects he takes on, isn't too keen to go back to school. One thing he does think about a lot, he said, was how he would keep up the buzz after KB3 has run its course and the hype around it dies. Luckily, he has something, or rather someone else to think about when it all gets too much. His model girlfriend, Kaya Gerber. The two of them were first linked in 2020 after they were spotted holding hands and vacationing in Mexico later that month. Even though they quickly made their relationship Instagram official, they don't seem to be in that much of a rush. According to a close friend, Jacob and Kaya are taking things slow. They want to experience life together while they're still young and get to know each other more as best friends rather than romantic partners. Jacob and Kaya have plenty to bond over, including their shared love of fashion and fitness. Jacob was a model before he started acting, and both have been in modeling campaigns for Calvin Klein. They've also been through a lot this year, both in happiness and in sadness. The two of them were seen having a ball when they celebrated Halloween as the Presley family. And Kaya was the perfect shoulder to cry on when Jacob begged The Kissing Booth and Zendaya shipping fans to stop throwing hate at them as a couple. So it looks like while Jacob's most recent exes have all been actresses, moving on with a model may have been the right call, especially after what Joey said about dating someone with the same job as you. What do you think about everything the Kissing Booth cast have been up to? Let us know in the comments below.